Hello, girls. This is Michelle Birdsong from the Mainstreaming Clues for the Marginalized program, Mainstreaming Clues to You. The program is dedicated to my granddaughter, Jandara. I'm going to read a book for girls, Molly. Changes for Molly. Changes for Molly is the sixth in a series of beautifully illustrated books about growing up in World War II America. Like the other book, King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, I borrowed the book from the San Francisco Library. Okay, so let us begin. It's the American Girl book company. Okay. Changes for Molly, 1944. Oh, a year before I was born. By Valerie Tripp. Illustrations Nick Backus. Vignettes Keith Skeen. Okay, to Catherine Helen Petty is the dedication. All right, let us begin. This is Molly's family. Shall we take a quick look at her family? This is her family. We'll talk more about them as we get to know Molly. We'll take more of an interest in her family. Hooray for the USA, Chapter 1. Okay, I like that title. I like the USA, don't you? Molly McIntyre and her friends Linda and Susan stood at the bus stop waiting for the city bus to come and take them home. They had to wait under the movie theater sign because it was a cold, rainy March afternoon. But the girls didn't even notice the rain or the cold. They were too excited. They'd just come from their tap dance lesson at Miss Lavanda's, so they were warm and sweaty. Our show is going to be the best show anyone ever saw, said Molly happily. I can't wait, said Susan. I've never been in a big show like this before. But there's never been a show like this in Jefferson before, said Linda. Practically everyone in the whole town has a part in it, singing or dancing or playing in the band. Even my mom is in the show, said Molly. She's going to make a speech about the Red Cross blood drive. Our part is the best part of all, Susan gloated. Miss Lavanda said so. She said we're the grand finale. The grand finally. Finale, corrected Linda. Oh, one of us, said Susan cheerily. We're the flag, and the flag is the most important thing in the show. Miss Lavanda, the girls' tap dance teacher, was in charge of a big show called Hooray for the USA. The show was being put on at the Veterans Hospital in Jefferson. The hospital was full of soldiers who had been hurt or wounded in the war. Molly, Linda, Susan, and the rest of the girls in their tap dance class were the very last act in the show. They were going to dance and sing a patriotic song. They would wear red, white, and blue costumes so that together they formed a giant flag on the stage. I love patriotic songs. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee we sing. Don't you love that song? There's so many others, so many beautiful patriotic songs. A lot of them were written by a composer named Irving Berlin. So let's continue with the story. At one point in the song, the flag would part in the middle, and one girl would do a special tap dance all by herself. She was Miss Victory, and her solo dance was a real showstopper. Miss Lavanda had not picked a girl to be Miss Victory yet. While the girls were rehearsing, she danced that part herself. But during the next week, every girl in the class was going to have a chance to try out to be Miss Victory. Molly already knew the special solo dance by heart. I can do that Miss Victory dance in my sleep, she said to Linda and Susan. She closed her eyes, held her umbrella up high, and did the complicated dance steps right there on the sidewalk. Linda and Susan sang the music for her. Ta-da, she said at the end. gosh, exclaimed Susan as the girls climbed on the bus. That was great, Molly. You can make that dance look good even in your galoshes. I'm sure you'll get to be Miss Victory. Well, said Molly generously, everyone gets to try out. Either of you could be Miss Victory, too. Nope, not me, said Linda. She plopped down in the seat in front of Molly and Susan. I'd be too nervous all alone out there in front of everybody. I'd forget all the hard steps and just stand there like a dope. I don't want to be Miss Victory. Me either, said Susan. You'll be Miss Victory, Molly. Everybody says so. Molly blushed. She was very pleased. I sure would like to be Miss Victory, she said. She tapped the dance steps on the floor of the bus, even though she was sitting down. I love the costume. They have a picture of the costume. Can you see it? It's very pretty, isn't it? Red, white, and blue, just like our flag. Oh, it's gorgeous, agreed Susan. Miss Victory's costume was made of shiny blue and red satin and sparkly silver material. There was a big silver star on one shoulder. Remember that? Remember we just saw that? Where's the star? There. There. See it? There. How pretty. There was a big silver star on one shoulder and a star crown for Miss Victory to wear on her head. Linda turned sideways to look back at Molly. You should be Miss Victory, she said loyally. You dance the best, so that would be fair. But sometimes these things aren't exactly fair. What do you mean? Asked Susan. Miss Lavonda is fair, and she wants the best dancer to be Miss Victory, and that's Molly. I know, said Linda. She squirmed a little, but, well, in a show, a lot depends on how a person looks, not just how she sings or dances. I mean, think about that silver star thing Miss Victory is supposed to wear on her head. It would only look right on somebody with curly hair. It would look dumb on somebody with straight hair like mine. Or braids like mine, interrupted Molly glumly. All her high hopes of being Miss Victory had fallen with a thud. She knew Linda was right as usual. Linda nodded sadly at Molly. Yeah, I'm afraid braids would look dumb too, she said. No offense, Molly. Molly has very normal hair, said Susan. Miss Lavonda won't care. No, Linda's right, said Molly. Miss Victory should have beautiful curls. My hair is just brown sticks. She pulled her slicker hat down over her ears and looked out the window at the weepy rain. Well, there's no point in getting upset about it, said Linda kindly. Let's face it, your hair is just plain straight. It comes out of your head that way. You can't do anything about it. Oh, yes, you can, said Susan. My sister Gloria's hair is really sort of clumpy, but she gave herself a home permanent wave, and now she has lots of curls. Molly was interested. Gloria gave herself a permanent, she asked. Yeah, it was easy, said Susan breezily. You just get a box of permanent lotion and you wash your hair. Or maybe you don't wash your hair. I forget. Anyway, you put the lotion on and set your hair on these special sort of curlers, and then it dries and you take the curls out and you have all these beautiful curls. Boys and girls, time's getting close. Time for me to close. We're going to read more tomorrow. If you like this story, isn't she pretty? Let's hope. I'm cheering for Molly to be Miss Victory, even though her hair is straight, like mine today. I flat ironed it. That's how come it looks like this. Sometimes I like it curly. Sometimes I like it straight. Sometimes I like it black. Sometimes I like it yellow. I'm a girl. Girls sometimes like to change their hair, their look. So, girls, I will see you soon. I hope you like the story of Changes for Molly. And I adore you. And this is Mainstreaming Clues for the Marginalized program. Mainstreaming Clues to you, Michelle Birdsong, signing off for now.